Welcome to Real Estates. I'm Trina Larmony and joined as always by Alexandria Pearl, our real estate expert here in the Las Vegas market. And today we're going to be discussing Staging 101. But before we get there, we have a lot of interesting stuff to get to. Alex, tell me how the market is right now.
Well, even though it's winter, it's hot, hot, hot for the sellers.
Okay.
So currently there's only 1.7 months of inventory available for potential buyers. So that means that within 1.7 months, there'd be no more inventory for a buyer to come in and try and purchase a home.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Balanced market is typically 3 months.
Okay.
So buyers, sellers kind of equal right now. Definitely benefits the sellers because there's less inventory, too many buyers.
Woo! Okay.
Yes.
I'm considering selling my home. I don't need to, but it might benefit me. I don't know.
It might.
Okay, so Alex, I know that you're really big into staging, and I know that I've seen some of your before and after photos, and I know that you always bring in a professional photographer for your properties because you just want them to be showcased. You sold one of my houses, and when I saw the pictures of my house, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't go. This house is beautiful.
Right.
So I've got some photos that I found perusing the internet, and they're not my photos. I didn't take these pictures. You didn't take these pictures.
Right.
They're just some properties that I kind of said, WTF, and that's what the photo. I know it's misspelled. It's a double entendre. So I just want to dive right into these photos, and I want to get your opinion on them. Those of you at home, if you see something in here and you think I'm being a little too critical, or if you think I'm not critical enough, please give us your comments. We'd love to hear it. So I want to get right to this first photo. Yeah, I mean, it speaks for itself. If the weather clears up, maybe I'll mow the pool later. What the hell's happening here? But
I would say it looks slightly neglected.
what would you do in this case? What could you even do with that?
Well, first of all, I'm not quite sure why someone might put that on. It's certainly a deterrent. I think that anybody who would look might be scared about
What's in there,
what they might find, and also what it would take to kind of get it back to working condition. So
Sure.
Definitely a pool contractor over there, pool maintenance, and then maybe a lot of chlorine.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like its own ecosystem. But okay, I mean, we live in the desert, so I look at that and I'm like, oh, look how green all that is. Look how delightful.
Right.
But not really.
Yeah.
Okay, on this next photo,
Well, that's a different way of bringing the outside in. You know, we outdoor, indoor areas are really big right now with stacking sliding doors that open so that, you know, all of the living room or great room area blends into the patio area. But
I love how you turn a negative into a positive. That's impressive.
Right.
Because it looks like maybe a plane hit that house or something. I don't know. But
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how you could really stage that out of there. Oh. Okay. So
That's a new meaning of an indoor pool.
Indoor swimming. Yes.
Right.
What would you do? You wouldn't have left this, right?
I definitely wouldn't have left that. That's really not something that I would find a beneficial to a buyer, even though we live in the desert, and definitely having a pool here in the desert is considered a benefit, but having it in your living room or great room, definitely not.
I even think I see an electrical cord going into it, so this could be a crime scene.
It might be.
Sure. I mean, there's the mural of the forest on the walls. I mean, they did try to bring the outdoors in, like you said.
Right.
They really did. So.
Right.
I mean, A for effort.
or creativity.
Oh, okay. So I'm just wondering timing. You'd think you could have waited 30 seconds or so to take this photo, but what's your take?
Clearly, this homeowner is pet friendly. So, you know.
I like that.
Yes. And perhaps they're showcasing how the landscaping is actually real instead of artificial turf. So, yeah, but
and
definitely
it appeals to your pets.
It appeals to your pets. Yeah.
I mean, all of it, honestly, I look at this and it would be great with a dog, but the whole area is very cute. This is maybe a casita. This looks like a pizza oven up here or something. But yeah, this right here, that's concerning. I don't know. This is appealing except for the poopy situation that we have.
Poopy situation, yes.
Hopefully they took a few photos
Right.
and this was funny. Speaking
Right.
of dogs, that's my guy, buddy.
Cute. That's right. 'Cause
Sorry.
we are fur friendly.
We're definitely fur friendly.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, what about this one? I mean, he's got a nice car, but what's going on? What would you do in this situation? Like, let's say this homeowner had plans to do something else, and now you're trying to stage the property. Would you just throw a bunch of water back in the pool so that it views as a nice place to spend an afternoon in Las Vegas?
I mean, ideally, of course. I would first have to figure out why is it empty, and what's going on. So we don't want to give a potential new buyer, new homeowner, the idea that there might be something the matter, right, with the pool.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, it does give you an opportunity to kind of peruse and see if you see any cracks in the plaster, which I don't see. So that's a positive thing.
Right. But I will tell you that somebody who's coming to look at that house is going to wonder what's the matter with the pool.
Right.
Like, is there a crack? Right? Is there a crack or a leak somewhere in the plaster, and that's why they've emptied it?
Right.
So that would definitely raise some red flags.
So they might say, "Oh, well, he didn't empty it intentionally; it emptied itself."
So, right.
Okay.
So no.
Okay, moving forward. Oh goodness, this looks like a bathroom.
Right.
And it does have some extensive tile work.
Right. Design tile work.
Yes, it's very intricate.
Yes. Definitely sends a message. Probably not the message that we're trying to portray. I think that the person who perhaps took this photo would only really appeal to a certain audience, the minority instead of a majority, because that might be off-putting to some people.
Okay.
I would recommend redesigning that bathroom tile.
Let me ask you this. If you're supposed to list this house and they've asked you to list the property, do you walk a house before you list it?
Oh, absolutely.
And say,
Absolutely.
if you walk this house, would you say, either we're going to have to, I know you love what you've done here,
Right.
but we're either going to have to change this or I can't list this property?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I would do. And I'm not here to judge anybody's political affiliation ever. It's not a judgment.
Right.
But if you're giving me the task, you're going to trust me with the task of selling your home for the most amount of money, right, as fast as possible, I'm going to tell you that that's going to turn off a large amount of people. So having a discussion about redoing that tile would definitely come up.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall for that. Oh, goodness. I think these people did try to remodel.
Right. Well, there's a couple of things going on right there between, it appears like there's wood rot, right? We're not even going to talk about the dated wallpaper right now. However, I'll tell you this, we talked about investors. This might be a good project for an investor because it's already kind of torn apart, and usually typically investors are not scared off by projects like that, but a homeowner might wonder once again what happened.
Well,
Mold, right? It's going to scream like, hey, it's a tub, it's a bathroom, why does it look like that?
Right.
And was there water damage, which is a mold issue.
And unlike an investor, as a homeowner, when I move in the house, I'd like to be able to take a bath or a shower or something.
Right.
So, yes.
That's not going to happen.
Not there.
Not right now.
Oh, okay. Maybe you take a lot of laxatives. I can see 1, 2 toilets for sure.
Right.
I think this is a bidet.
Right.
I see, actually, if you, like around this area, it looks like a place you could actually sit on a bench in the corner
yes.
and maybe talk to the guy sitting on this thing. I think 2 sinks. Now it looks like you could sit on this toilet. Oops.
And perhaps wash your hands.
And wash your hands and sit on this bidet and again wash your hands.
I mean, I know what this pandemic, cleanliness has been a big topic. Perhaps they're just getting ahead of the curve, right?
Okay.
So you've got station 1 to do the first round of hand washing, and the second sink for the second, and final.
And
stand
station 1 for do the
Yes.
first round of something else.
Right.
Wow.
I'm not quite sure.
I'm almost even looking to see, is that a light above that sink, or is that that's a light, right? Not a shower.
Right. I think that's a light.
Okay.
Absolutely. Interesting. That's definitely an interesting design style.
And
I'll go that
again,
far.
they did go the extra mile with tile here.
Right.
A lot of tile.
A lot of
happening.
tile.
Well,
Well,
you
at least it's not carpet, because we've seen that
true.
too. Which I still, when I come across homes that have carpet in the bathrooms, that's a big no-no.
yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Oh, this is a large bathroom. Very big bathroom. I do like a big bathroom.
Spacious.
Very spacious.
Definitely.
In fact, I mean, they've even installed a chandelier.
No. Is that a chandelier, or is that a chandelier light? Or
It's an applique.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
but
not actual.
you get the message.
So it's not functional, but
no.
it's decorative.
You've got a little table for your toilet paper. There is a pedestal sink over there under some sort of, I don't know if it's a hot water heater or air
Right.
conditioning unit. I don't know what that is.
Here's my question. The room seems large enough. I'm not sure why you have to cut out an extra little closet to put a pedestal sink, right? I would figure with the amount of space in that room, you could potentially put at least a double vanity in there,
Right.
which is a selling point.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking maybe this was a bedroom and they were going to do try to do an ensuite situation and maybe frame that out somehow around the toilet.
Not sure.
I don't know.
Again,
Because
unless
I
it's
see
a
where
studio.
see how the right here it's not there.
Yes.
See how the baseboards end right here behind the
Yes.
toilet a little bit?
Yes.
Maybe they were just going to build an ensuite. That's what I want to think. Very classy.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, okay. I think mushrooms might have been involved. You know what it looks like? Honestly, it looks like maybe somebody did a panoramic and they weren't steady because mushrooms were involved. And so it looks like a mirage of a bathroom, maybe Casper the Friendly Ghost type bathroom.
Absolutely. It could have been a way to maybe enhance the room, making it look a certain way.
Making it look bigger.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would say this, I think that if I'm selling a property, I don't think necessarily that's the best representation of this bathroom.
Well, no.
Because I can think there might be a toilet, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. There's just.
Whoa. Now this is a use of space. This looks like you're going down some stairs. This is a landing and then another stairwell going down. I see. I don't even know how there's a toilet, there's a sink,
There's some
toilet
plants.
paper on the windowsill. I appreciate that.
So, okay. Without actually knowing the backstory of this, perhaps they're in a treehouse. Perhaps this is the way that they can, right? It's a treehouse.
Okay.
You've come up the stairs in a certain way and you're trying to maximize space. But if you're not, I'm not really sure why you would put a toilet and a sink on a landing. Really.
What's that thing and I've seen this on remodeling where there's some sort of pipe that goes in the wall and it's for, I don't know if it's for the gases or something, because I've seen them have to be moved before to remove walls because that specific pipe was in that wall. I don't know what it's called.
Okay. But yeah, plumbing pipes.
Yes.
I mean, typically it's where the water is running. It's not usually so much electrical, because you can move electrical pretty quickly. It's typically the water.
I don't know that I've ever seen a landing that was plumbed from both sides. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. They have pretty plants though.
Definitely. A good,
Oh, okay. I don't know if this looks like a dining room area, perhaps. I think I see in the front here like the back of a sofa. They've done a lovely mural on the wall. It looks like that's Fantasy Island out there. You've got some fresh flowers on the table. There's lots of plants sitting around. I don't know that this sells it for me.
That looks to me more like something you might see in a restaurant even, you
Right.
know. I'm guessing that the homeowner probably went to visit some exotic location and they were trying to recreate that in their own
Right.
home. Again, we would have a conversation truly about, hey, what does your future homeowner really want to see?
Right. Let them see themselves in your
Right.
space, not in
Right.
your fantasy island,
Right.
but their own. I see.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's a coat of fresh paint for you, or a few coats
Or
of
a
fresh
few.
paint.
Yes. Well, again, there are different painting styles. I wouldn't recommend this one necessarily because from this picture, what I see that floors look like they could be in pretty good condition, right? I mean, right now, wood floors or laminate wood floors or even vinyl wood, that's in. So that style is in. But when you kind of miss the walls and you get it everywhere, no.
How do you feel about painting the appliances the blue?
So
So no, we
no.
don't want to do that.
No.
I agree with you.
I
would
mean, is
agree.
there? And what is on the wall? I mean, is that like a picture of a face?
I think this is a face.
Okay.
I don't know her.
I-
Oh, you know who that is? That's Betty Rubble. She's got blue hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't good.
Or a self-portrait.
And
so.
you know, I think that you aside from the fact that it looks like the appliances might have been ruined, it's not that expensive to
Right.
replace those. But you know, sanding the floors and staining them again, repainting the walls, that's not a huge expense
No.
to turn this around.
Right, because it looks like it looks like a cute space.
Right.
Or it could be.
Right. I agree with you. Now, we've got, I'm not sure what to focus on first, except I think going down the hallway, I think that might say, I don't know what that says, Alex. I'm not going to guess on that.
Well,
You guys at home, I want to see your, please comment on what you think that could possibly say. I'm just
finish the
curious.
sentence. Yes.
Please finish the sentence. Be creative.
Right. Don't hold back.
No, I see many different. Do I see different colored? No, I don't see different colored doors. Those are just the insides
They're
of the
missing,
cabinets.
well, because it looks like they're missing doors on
Okay.
there. Right. So you have that. You have the, what looks like a backsplash. I can't tell if
it
that's
does look like a glass tile
right.
backsplash. to me.
Right. Yeah, if we make it a little bit bigger for maybe the audience to see. Right,
It's a little-
exactly. Okay. So clearly, this house doesn't come with many of the cabinet doors. And it needs to obviously have a coat of paint because we don't want to continue with that subliminal message or not so subliminal message that's written across the wall of the hallway.
Right. I'm not sure if right here on this little glass door, if that's a gunshot wound right here, and maybe
Yes.
it's splintered down. I think that might be a gunshot wound.
Well, I will, hey, to its credit, what I do see is that the refrigerator actually matches with the dishwasher. I think they're
And the stove.
Yes, and the stove.
Yeah.
So at least that's uniform.
And it hasn't
That's a
been
bonus.
painted.
Yeah.
Okay. That looks good. Okay, let's move on to the next picture. Oh, my.
Okay, wrong. It's just wrong. Everything about it's just wrong. Get rid of that furniture. It doesn't belong there. I don't know what they were thinking. I'm not really sure what the agent is thinking. I would fire them immediately. Sorry.
And isn't it bad luck to open an umbrella indoors? I think that's bad luck.
Whether it's bad luck or not, it's just in poor
It's a
taste.
bad idea.
Yeah, stop it.
Okay, well, it looks like maybe they couldn't afford furniture because, yeah, again, yes.
Have a yard sale.
Bad news.
Get rid of it.
You're right.
Okay.
You are correct. Whoa. This is,
Interesting, for sure. So unless you're in a certain trade, here in Las Vegas, we're no strangers, right, to alternative forms of business. But
maybe this could be at NASA, though. Like a rocket.
Okay, so actually, I've seen this picture on the internet. It's a converted church.
What?
Yeah. So they've just clearly missed the mark with the way that they've painted it and the stripes on the wall. So it absolutely sends the wrong message. I'm sure you could save it with a coat of paint, rearranging, but the way it is, absolutely not.
Is it even that expensive to maybe cut out in the wall and move some windows around? Maybe Maybe do a normal type window there.
Again, everybody, I'm not here to tell people what their budgets are,
Right.
because some people just have enough, whatever they're going to do. Well, I'm just saying that it started out with good intentions and it went very, very poorly.
Maybe a good sense of humor.
Or a pill. I don't know.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay, well, again, if you're looking for something that looks like a garden area or a firing squad, you might decide to do that.
I'm actually struggling to see if that's indoors or outdoors. I don't know.
Okay, that to me looks like a torture chamber. So I really wouldn't, I would delete all of that. New flooring, new paint. I don't even know why you'd have lawn chairs in there, but it's just wrong. And it makes me actually scared or depressed looking at that picture.
I would agree. Moving on.
Next.
Oh,
great. So
this is
really,
a safe neighborhood.
the neighborhood robber came in to help themselves to all of our furniture, apparently.
And it looks like the cabinets are gone from the kitchen over there. I see the backsplash and nothing below it. So
Well, yes, apparently the neighborhood robber came and took everything that was inside, including the cabinets and the appliances. So
I'm going to hope these just aren't real estate pictures. This was just somebody posted this, is what I hope.
What I'm hoping is, honestly, it's a situation where it's a foreclosure kind of property or auction property. Again, the worse the pictures, the better in that case, or somebody who's actually experienced in taking on a project like that. But if it's like your everyday, your average kind of, hey, buyer or seller, fire your agent.
Right.
Yeah, those pictures aren't going to work.
Okay. This guy, no. I'm no fireman. I'm no fire safety expert, but I think that's a radiator. I think those are combustible items lined up next to it.
Here's my thought. How much effort does it take to move those, right?
Right.
That's because it's a decent looking room, right? Otherwise, it's just empty.
Right.
But the person who's taking the picture or whatever's happening, take the time.
Right.
Take 5 or 10 minutes to move those
Right.
over somewhere else so that you don't think as you're walking through the house that it actually might explode while you're there.
Yes.
So,
Okay, moving on to the next photo. Wow.
okay, although right now this picture screams like, help me, honestly, it would be pretty simple to brush out all the debris, right? Perhaps resurface the walls and paint them. It just needs a little TLC. You might want to consider getting new windows. That would be a bonus to a potential buyer. As is, it doesn't do it justice, but
I
it could be
agree with
helped.
you.
It's salvageable.
It looks dirty.
Yeah.
Cleaning is a big deal. We've talked
Yes,
about
we
that.
talked about that.
Yes. Okay, so we've got a pig. We've got a piano. We've got a clothesline. First thing you would do, Alex.
Well, again, this is not something we'd see here in the data, so I would say probably. But wherever this picture was from, maybe that's a thing. Honestly, it seems like a nice big wide open space. So once you remove the livestock and then you clean and paint, I would even suggest redoing the floors. Whether it looks like it's concrete, you could do maybe like a concrete stain or put some, laminate flooring. Again, anything that's going to help improve the value of your home.
Okay, moving on to the next photo. Whoa, what?
Okay, this looks like a crime scene. Take the time to remove the carpet. If you're going to actually try to sell this home and do it justice for your client, you're going to have to do that. That's just something that is part of your job. I mean, it's easy. Anybody can slap a sign on a house, right, and call themselves a real estate agent. But the good ones, the professional ones, there's actually work that goes into this. We can laugh. We say that looks like a crime scene. I would never, ever, ever take a picture like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Moving on. Okay, well, and I think on the same note.
Yeah, I'm mad about this. Again, why in the world would you not take a moment? Like, you have to know that you either have to get somebody in there to clean it out. If your homeowner is able to and they don't want to put the cost, Or, you build that into your service, and your commission, and you get a cleaning service in there to clean it up, because it's a decent space, and it's going to show really, really well if it's nice and clean. I don't know if it needs a coat of paint, possibly, right? So do that. Change that up. Paint, flooring.
Basically,
clean,
everything
clutter.
in this room needs to go in the garbage.
Yeah.
It looks like to me. Okay. Moving on. Whoa. Okay. I'm an animal activist. Go ahead and tell me that you're showing me this house.
Well, clearly, PETA's not going to be happy with this picture. Between the couch and the animals, and I'm not sure what's on the wall, the pictures, but again.
Well, this here is a bobcat going up to kill this dove or whatever this is. I don't know what that is.
Look,
but
I'm not here to judge what your hobbies are, ever. Again, not judging how you live and how your everyday today. But my job, if you're going to incorporate my help, I'm going to tell you politely, hey, we need to come in here and we got to clear all this stuff out. You got to get ready to move anyway. So let's take all those items down off the wall, start packing them up, put them away. Okay. We don't want to offend anybody who might be coming through and feel, sorry for the animals that are.
We don't want your valuable deer heads to get damaged in the process. But I think it goes back to what you said before. Declutter. This is very cluttered, despite what the context of these items are.
Right. It could be offensive.
Next.
So, but,
I think we need an exorcism. But what would you do?
Again, yes, this is one of those situations where, some people are scared of dolls and clowns. So declutter, pack them away. Before I even come in there, you want this. Okay, so the idea is that you want the room to look spacious. Right? So you have to get rid of not only the little knickknacks and the dolls, you want to start putting them away so that there's room. And I might go as far as to say, hey, you know what? You're already getting ready to move on. If it's not a room that you're going to use right now, is it possible to move the furniture, right? I'd rather work with an empty, clean room than a room that's cluttered and it looks like you can barely walk in it. So, yeah.
They can't use this room. There's nowhere for any humans to be. And I actually think some of these dolls are probably antiques. And
they might be.
I should put them away.
Right.
Okie dokie, moving on. Okay, this is giving me a migraine. Alex, help me.
Absolutely. If it gives you a migraine, it's going to give anybody who's in there a migraine. Again, I'm going to come in and say, hey, you know what? Let's do a fresh coat of paint. First, we're going to take out the furniture because that's the wrong size bed for that space.
I was going to ask you, is this space even a bedroom? Do you think that even looks bedroomish? It's very odd and long and skinny.
Yeah, I'm not even sure it's a bedroom. Perhaps the homeowner, that's what they needed as extra space. But we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We're going to get that stuff out of there. Okay. We're going to get it out. We're going to paint the walls because the carpet looks like it's in pretty good shape and it's got a great window in there. So yeah, we're going to rehab that just a bit.
Okay, let's go next.
Wow.
This is an Advent calendar in person. I may have read that.
Right, somewhere. Yeah, the fact that you have 3 doors in a row, not really sure.
Well, there's one out in the hall.
Oh, yeah.
A tiny one down there.
Right. Again, I don't know what you could actually do with something like that. It looks like it's a structural thing. Unless you open it and it's, it's a fake door, or it belongs to a magician and they're trying to,
What do you do though? Let's say in one of them is a hot water heater and one of them is your air conditioning unit and things that you have to have in your house. Right. What are you supposed to do? They're there.
So what I'm going to tell you, I have contractors and we're going to take a look. And if it's possible to minimize one of those doors, meaning like you can, we can take a door away because you can access whatever is back there from one.
Okay.
We're going to take that door away. We're going to plaster it. We're going to paint it. So it's actually, it's not that difficult. This was a fun exercise. Thanks for scouring the internet and finding these pictures.
No problem.
In a future episode, I'll show you some of my before and afters. But truly, we had some fun doing this.
Yes.
Kind of do's and don'ts. But honestly, what we really wanted to point out was that it doesn't matter truly what the space looks like before. With a little effort, time, you can take and transform a spot that maybe isn't in the best condition, clean it, declutter it, maybe stage it, which is something that I do, turn it around and make it a beneficial for the client, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to help your client, right, make the most amount of money, showcase the house in the shortest amount of time. So with, again, a little bit of work, a little effort, we can get to that spot.
I'm going to do some research, some more research for you, because I think maybe these properties are all still on the market, and maybe you can help these people.
I'd be happy to. Yeah, I'm not sure, but happy to. And nonetheless, you know, it just, no property is hopeless ever. It's the person that you hire, right? They're your muscle, right? They're your expert, and you kind of rely on them to help guide you. And again, that's the first thing I would say is, I'm not judging you on how things are. I'm here to help you get to what you want, which is more money.
I appreciate you going through this with me today, and I want to thank all of you guys for joining us today. Please give us your comments. If you liked what you saw, please follow the channel. Please like it. Please share it. We'd love to interact with you guys, and I want to thank you for joining us today. And I can't wait for us to come back again to see some before and afters that really do showcase a property properly so that it's sold quickly and for the highest amount of money. Thank you guys so much. I'm Trina Larmony and Alex Pearl. How can we reach you?
702-592-5999. Call or text.
All right. Thanks guys.